All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Ru. This is my athletes case study number 10. Let's get started. Come on, move. Okay, so this is my athletes. She is female, age 20. She is college level soccer player. And then she is a full-time college student and work as a part-time. And she is nanny. She's pretty busy. So what is her goal? In the counseling, she told me that when I asked her, what is your short-term and long-term goal with your current sports? She told me that I want to get faster. And it's been hard because I'm so busy with my job and school that I don't have much time and energy to give to my sports, but I'm going into my last year and really want to go out with the bang. I really like that. So her personal goal is, I believe it's increase springtime. But consideration based on this counseling answer is that she has limited time and budget because she is a college student. And I will talk about this later, but she also had stress fracture, so we also need to consider that part too. However, the positive aspect is she has a motivation. She is about to be a senior, and as you can see, she is enthusiastic about be a better soccer player. So this is my athlete summary for physical. Her height is 63 inch, her body weight is 123, body fat is 26%. So she is not really big girl, big athletes, but when we think about weight consideration with sports performance, studied by Crader in 2022, they found that in a group with increased fat-free mass, they increased the 1 RM of bench press, squat, parking, and then 6-second sprint speed. In the other study in 2013, the group with increased body fat percentage, they got longer. 40-meter sprint speed got longer. So we don't want to increase body fat percentage. So specifically for her soccer, normal college female athlete's body fat is 20 to 32. So her body fat percentage is 26. So hers is within normal range, but based on NCAA research, common body fat percentage for female soccer play is 13 to 18%. So her body fat percentage is a little bit higher for female soccer player for college level. So the first goal is we want to decrease body fat percentage to be able to run faster. And second goal is increase muscle mass to again increase sprint speed. Okay, medical history. So during the counseling, she told me about the stress fracture. She had it 6 months ago in her right ankle, and she told me I'm still healing from it. And my athletic trainer mentioned something about overtraining, and I think this was the beginning of my third year, which is junior. So she is in senior, right? She about to be a senior. She's still junior. And then she thought I just had less energy, I guess. So consideration is we need to avoid overtraining again. And then we need to consider about how's her recovery is going on, how's her nutrition, how's her sleeping time, sleeping quality. Other thing is she's taking enough calcium or vitamin D2, 12. Okay, so next one, I can't read this one, but MTHFR gene mutation, which is basically your body can't digest folate properly. So in the counseling, she told me that her physician told her to take folate supplement daily. So we want to make sure she is actually taking folate supplement. And then also folate supplement could hide vitamin D12 deficiency. So which is could be interesting combination because stress fracture could come from vitamin D12 deficiency. So we also want to think about the connection between. Okay, so this looks crazy, but the upper chart is her current estimated schedule. So can I use it? Yeah. So pink, orange is meal, pink is snack, and green is schoolwork, and blue is work, and red is practice, and then meal and snack. So based on, as you can see, she's not taking any snack before practice, and then she just take big meal right after practice and have some snack. So I want to change to make sure she having snack right before and after, and then have dinner. And also I want to add one more practice time and then have time for grocery shopping. And also want to make sure she is having enough sleeping time, 7 to 8 hours per day. Yep. So move to calorie in recommendation. Currently, her total calorie is 1,824, which is really low. And based on the calculation using Cunningham equation, and I use physical active factor 1.55 to 1.73, her calorie range should be 2,180 to 2,435. So goal is we have to increase about 300 to 600 kilocalorie per day. And since we have 6 months, because we have 6 months to get seniors, senior year is happening. So we have 6 months. So on the first initial month, 2 months gonna be cutting fat phase, and then next 2 months gonna be active muscle building phase, and last 2 months gonna be muscle maintain. I will explain this later more. So for the macronutrition for carb, as you can see, her current intake is 3.65 gram per body kg per day. In general, you want to take 6 to 10 gram kg per day if you're having a more than 1 hour interval training or running, or 6 to 8 gram kg per day if you're having more than 1 hour moderate to long duration of high intensity intermediate sports, which is like a soccer. So as we can see, currently her carbs intake is pretty low. So for her, no practice day, she can aim the lower number within the range, so 6 gram, and then normal training day for 2 hours, she can aim middle range high 8 gram. And then hard training day, if it's more than 2 hours, or game day, especially a day before game day, you want to obtain higher range, so 10 gram kg per day. For the protein, so you can see 1.76 is her current intake, and then general recommendation is 1.2 to 2 gram per kg per day. So she is taking great amount of protein. And then, like I said, I want to make periodization for nutrition. So for her, first 2 months gonna be cutting body fat percentage. So we don't want to take too much protein, but at the same time, we also want to keep the muscle volume. So this is the range, and then move to active muscle building phase, gonna be higher range. And then maintain phase is going back to a little bit lower, but we still want to keep the muscle volume. So it's up to how much practice is going on. So we can move around this number, but this is kind of the goal of each phase. For the fat, currently she is taking 33.7% of calorie is coming from fat, which is within the range 20 to 35% recommendation for athletes. So she is taking within the range. However, our goal is we want to cut fat, we want to lose body fat first, and then build muscle first. So it's again, the fat is going to be depending on how much carbs and protein and calorie we are trying to take depending on the periodization. So most likely the first 2 months we gonna lower fat intake, and then a little bit higher for middle of the 2 month, and then last month's gonna be most likely it's gonna be lower, especially like a day before game or game day. We will not take much fat because it will cause digestion issue. So again, it's gonna move around, but that's how we gonna think about fat. For the micronutrition, we definitely need to think about folate supplement because she is having a condition. So RDA is 400 mcg per day, and folate works with vitamin B12. So we also want to make sure she's taking it. But based on her diet recording, she is taking lots of animal products, so we do not need to worry about this part. And move to the next one. Since she has history of stress fracture, we're gonna make sure she is taking enough calcium and vitamin D. And RDA is 1000 milligram for calcium. And when I look up our calcium intake per day was 23.7% RDA, which is very low. So we want to adjust the intake of calcium. And for vitamin D, CDC mentioned that under condition of regular sun exposure, daily vitamin D intake is of minor importance. So she's a soccer player. She go outside all the time. So again, I did not concern about this part. Just make sure I want to increase calcium intake. Okay, move on to supplement. So she likes Juice Plus company products. So she's taking Juice Plus fruits and veggies, but based on the label, those were including in the ingredient of those are included in Juice Plus complete protein. So I don't think this is necessary, and I don't want to waste her money. So I would say just not necessary. And then Juice Plus complete protein, they have a lot of sugar in it. Out of 28.2 carbs, there's 26.6 gram. It's way too much simple sugar to take at a time. So I like to switch to fruits smoothie protein shake, which is you can make with whey protein, yogurt, banana, frozen strawberry, water. Very not inexpensive and easy to make, even like right after practice. So I want her to take this handmade smoothie instead of that just plus complete protein after practice, post practice time. And the last one she's taking is methylated folate supplement. This is she needs to continue to take for her medical condition. Okay, move on to water and electrolyte. Currently, she is taking 10 cups of water a day. So every time, every meal and snack time, she take 2 cups of water, so which is great. And so we don't need to worry about volume and timing too much. However, she is not taking any liquid before and during exercise, so we need to work on that part. Also, she's only drinking water or coffee. We also need to change that part. As a recommendation, I want to add carb including drink for breakfast, such as orange juice, for pre-exercise. Also, we want to add carb including drinks, so such as body armor, because body armor also include electrolyte. So that's good for pre-exercise. And during exercise, you can combine water with water including drink. So maybe it could be body armor again. And for the post-exercise, like I mentioned in previous one, I want to make sure taking protein and carb right after exercise with liquid. So protein smoothie could be the good option. So, and based on Dunfold, he mentioned that during soccer play, soccer practice, and dehydration could happen from 1.5 to 2% of percentage of body weight loss. So we do really need to replenish water electrolyte loss. So finally, goal setting. Our primary goal is improve screen time. So to be able to achieve that, secondary goal is gonna be change body composition. So for her, she needs to decrease body fat percentage and then also increase lean body mass. How are we gonna do it? We're gonna adjust calorie intake depending on the phase of periodization. And then we need to adjust micronutrition ratio. So decrease fat intake and increase carb, especially carb and protein intake. And we also want to add additional nutrition intake timing. So add snacking time. And then we're gonna add additional workout if necessary. So that's the total calorie range for her. And when I broke it down to carbs, she needs to increase 115 calorie from carb compared to the last the dietary record she made for me. And from protein, she needs to get 12 to 54 calorie from protein, but we need to remove 109 to 176 calorie from fat. So we need to increase carb a lot. This is, I forgot to mention this. So this is an example for active muscle building phase, which is middle 2-month phase. And then when she had 2 hours of practice. So this is the goal range of those days. Okay, this looks crazy, but left side is my 1 day sample meal plan for her, and this is based on recorded diet by athletes. So here is the carb range. It's like doubles now compared to previous, and protein is almost the same, a little bit increased, and the fat intake is decreased a lot, about 20 grams. So because I need to reduce lots of fat, so I checked the fat intake, and butter and peanut butter and fillet steak is the major source of fat, so I removed it, and instead of peanut butter I add strawberry jam, which is there's no fat but there's more carbs. And instead of fillet steak I add salmon, that also including calcium, so which is great sauce for her because she's not taking enough calcium. And then I didn't remove this granola bar, and I moved to for snack. And yeah, so this is important. She only have snack time for 2 times snacking time, but I also add 1 more snacking time before practice. So this is pre-workout snacking. And then I add snack after practice instead of later night snacking. And then move dinner time at the end instead of taking it right after. Okay, so now I'm gonna move to checking the calcium. So like I said, her calcium taking was 23.7% RDA. Now she had 92.4% RDA. It's not achieving, but progressing. It's progression. So that's what I wanted to talk about. And that's the protein smoothie, fruit smoothie I added. I personally like it. It's good. It's easy. And it's tasty. Okay, so for exercise recommendation, currently, I believe she is in the off season. I couldn't qualify, but based on the information, I believe she's off season. So we still have 5 to 6 months till in season. So the initial goal is, like I said, I want to decline body fat percentage and then increase lean body mass. So this is because it's off season. She only have 3 to 4 days per week practice and duration is 2 hours. Activities either gym or running outside. This is information for in season. Okay, so same thing again, but I just want to talk about quick how I want to add exercise. So, what happened? So for in season, she only have 3 to 4 times practice per week. So we can add either 1 or 2 additional exercise or either for additional exercise time. So I just wanted to explain that real quick. So study by, you can see, Garth 2013, the group, like we already explained this, but if your body fat percentage increase, 40 meter sprint speed is gonna get longer, which is not good for us. And then French 2016 found that resistance training could reduce body fat mass up to 9% and also increase lean body mass. So which is great. That's what we want. And for aerobic endurance training, Swank and Sharp in 2016 found that aerobic endurance training could reduce relative percentage of body fat while no effect on lean body mass. So we have to combine resistance training and aerobic endurance training to achieve our goal. So now at the end, additional aerobic endurance resistance, I'm sorry. At the end, so what we want to do, we want to add 1 or 2 times per day additional exercise. So that will make the total 6 days per week exercise time. And the duration is going to be 30 minutes and intensity is moderate. That's the minimum. Study by Flack et al. In 2020, by adding 30 minutes moderate intensity, 5 to 6 days per week, aerobic exercise, reduce body fat mass. So this is the goal range for us. So special athletes, special consideration. First, we have to think about how she have tight schedule and budget. Because she is full-time college student and she has a part-time job and she's college athlete, she doesn't have time or budget. So we have to educate what is the good option for her to do meal prep and what is a cheap snack but great option for her. And we also educate her how important it is to take snack before and after. So that's really important part of us to educate her. And second part is recovery in overtraining. Like we saw, she has huge calorie deficiency and she has history with stress fracture. She didn't get good recovery. So we also, so this is the biggest part we have to think about. Recovery is the biggest part of her. And then also she was skipping snack, so she was not taking enough calorie. So we also need to educate her how important to intake adequate calories, and then that's really important for recovery. So those are the really important consideration for these athletes. That's all my athletes case study. And this is my references. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I'm gonna stop.